Have you ever asked yourself, whose life am I really living? Every morning you wake up, rush to get ready, step out the door, doing things you sometimes don't even understand why you have to do. You chose a stable job because your parents wanted it. You behave according to what's proper because you're afraid of being judged. You smile when you're supposed to smile, nod when you're supposed to nod, even though deep down sometimes you just want to scream, "This is not me." You've been listening to other people's expectations for so long that you've forgotten the sound of your own voice. Forgotten that the day you were born, you came into this world with a unique self, a one-of-a-kind story. But over time, you were pressed into a mold called standards. Are you tired? Tired of trying to please everyone, but never feeling any happier. Tired of being afraid that you're never good enough in someone else's eyes. And sometimes, in a quiet moment, when you're alone, when the noise outside fades, a question sneaks into your mind. If I were to leave this world tomorrow, have I ever truly lived as myself? If that answer makes your heart sink, then maybe it's time we talk about this. Because you weren't born to be the version someone else wants. You were born to be yourself. If that answer makes your heart sink, then maybe it's time we talk about this. Because you weren't born to be the version someone else wants. You were born to be yourself. We grow up carrying hundreds, even thousands of expectations on our shoulders. Our parents want us to study hard to have a good future. Society wants us to be successful, earn a lot of money, buy a house, buy a car. Friends and colleagues want us to fit in, to be like everyone else, so we are not left out. At first we think, it's fine, I can try. But day after day we realize we're slowly losing ourselves. You study the major your family chose for you. Work at the company that everyone dreams of. But at night you feel empty, as if you've just performed a script that isn't yours. Some people get married simply because it's time to settle down. Some buy expensive things not because they love them, but because people say that's classy. Some smile brightly in front of others, but when they're alone, they just want to give up everything. The real issue is, we are living to meet other people's expectations, instead of listening to our own voice. And when you live like that for too long, something dangerous happens. You forget what you once wanted, what you once dreamed of. You live like a shadow, existing but not truly alive. Those expectations are like a shirt that's too tight and too heavy. You wear it every day until you think it's part of your body. But really, it's what's making it hard to breathe. And you're afraid to take it off because you fear no one will accept the real me. If you're feeling stuck and exhausted, if you no longer know what's you and what's other people's expectations, then please don't blame yourself. You've simply been walking too long on a path you never truly chose. Here's a truth you need to know. No one can live your life for you, and no one is responsible for your joy or your sorrow except you. So maybe it's time to ask yourself one simple question. If no one judged me, how would I truly want to live? You might not find the answer right away, but that's okay. What matters is that you start listening to yourself. Something you may have forgotten for a long time. Try taking these small steps. Step 1, spend at least 10 minutes a day in a quiet space. No phone, no social media. Just to hear what your inner self is saying. Step 2, write down 3 things that make you happiest, even if they're small, like brewing coffee, walking in the morning, or listening to an old song. Step 3, each week do at least one of those things. No explanation, no justification, just because you want to. You'll notice something magical. The more you live true to yourself, the lighter and more energetic you'll feel. And the beautiful thing is, when you're truly happy, the people who love you will feel that happiness too, without you needing to live by their expectations. Remember, no one has the right to define success for you. For some, success may mean a big house and a fancy car. But for you, success could simply be doing what you love every day and feeling peaceful when you go to bed at night. You don't have to change the whole world overnight. Just change how you see yourself, and the rest will slowly follow. Give yourself permission to live the way you truly want. Because if not now, then when? There was a young woman named Mai. From a young age, Mai was the pride of her family, smart, obedient, never doing anything out of line. Her parents wanted her to study economics because it's easy to find a stable job. Mai agreed. After graduation, they wanted her to work at a bank. Mai agreed. Friends praised her. You're so good, so lucky. But only Mai knew. Every day stepping into that office felt like she was losing herself. One evening, when everyone had gone home, Mai sat alone. Looking at the computer screen, numbers flickering endlessly, she suddenly realized, if my whole life is like this, who am I really living for? That night, Mai decided to write down everything she once dreamed of as a child. One thing stood out, something she had long forgotten. I want to open my own little bakery. Of course, changing paths wasn't easy. Her family protested, leaving the bank is foolish. Her friends doubted, how will you survive baking cakes? But Mai knew, if she kept living for others, she would never know what it truly meant to live. So she started small, baking at night, selling to friends, slowly opening an online shop. She saved every penny to rent a tiny shop space. On the bakery's opening day, as she saw her first customers walk in, Mai cried. Not because of huge success, but because for the first time in years, she felt truly alive. Now, every morning, Mai wakes up early to bake and decorate her shop. She doesn't make as much money as she did at the bank, but her smile is real, and so is her life. My story isn't saying everyone should quit their job or do something grand, but it does remind us of this. Living true to yourself is not selfish. It's the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to the world. You know, life is too short to live as a copy, and too long if you live without being yourself. Some will support you, some will oppose you. But in the end, when the doors close, when you look back on your journey, the only person responsible for your joy, your sorrow, your happiness, or your regret is you. So be brave enough to let go of the expectations that aren't yours. Give yourself the right to try, to fail, to do what you truly want. Because the worst thing isn't failure. It's reaching the end of your life and realizing you've never truly lived for yourself. Remember, others can write about you, but only you can write your own life. If today you stand at a crossroads, choose the path your heart is calling for, because that's the only path that will lead you back to yourself. And if you ever need more strength to keep going, seek out the stories and the people who dare to live true, to remind you that you are never alone.